second's not great, so who cares? Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Yeah, 2 notifications. I think the second one might have not fired off. I'm not sure. Maybe it's delayed. Owned by the notifications. You have been owned and destroyed. Yeah, there's a bit of speedrun history for you. The many communities of the olden days. I like my notifications. What the fuck? I spent time and effort choosing those notifications specifically to be funny. Or at least to... I don't know, whatever. I did not actually spend that long doing it. Disagree. Well then, fuck you too, buddy. Disagree all you like. It will not change reality. A peon cannot change reality any more than an ant can affect its fate. I'm mashing buttons. Hey there. Final Fantasy rules. I wonder what game series he likes. I think he might like Tales of. Possibly like the Altair series. I'm not sure. It's nebulous. That reminds me, I want to play Final Fantasy 12, like the one on PC, obviously, like the Zodiac Age, because that game has got a fucking speed up button on it, like you're playing that shit on an emulator. Hot feature. I liked Final Fantasy 12 when I played it on PS2, but I never finished it because it's a long ass game. I distinctly remember the point where I kind of fell off Final Fantasy 12 as well was I'm Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca, because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and that just took forever. I'm almost certain I wasn't doing it right at the time, but that mini-game took me, like, literally 2 hours to get past, and by the time I was done with it, I was like, I want to die. I request death. So you just run around shouting things at random people, and I was just like, oh, this blows. Yeah, I finished it, but like I have this funny habit of finishing things that are difficult and then like being so burned on having done it that I don't finish the rest of the game. It's like I complete the hard part and I think, holy fucking shit, I'm so drained, and then I like get to a save point when I'm done and I'm just like, and then I'm like, okay, I'll take a break, and then I never go back to it. No, the bin! Where this run belongs. I walked into a bin. Yeah, I could stand to pick up FF12 again with the Zodiac Age being out. I liked what I did actually play of FF12. It was fun, although I don't understand the series' obsession with really weird grid-based leveling systems. The license board. You can acquire things, but unless you have acquired the appropriate license, you cannot use them. And it's like, am I doing magical bureaucracy here? I need to file my magic taxes before I'm allowed to use Faraga. There should be a way to commit magical tax fraud so I can just use my damn spells. I've only ever finished one Final Fantasy game, funny enough. Like, I finished the first game. I finished Final Fantasy 1 on the NES. That's the only FF game I've finished. I have played a bunch of them. I've only finished one. And I remember distinctly that I finished the first game because I was sick. I was literally sick. I had a week to myself because I was off school for a week. This was ages ago. So I was like, I'm gonna finish a game while I'm sick, because I got literally nothing else to do with this week. So I finished Final Fantasy 1, and I finished it in like 3 days, but I played it for like 9 hours a day. Because that's the sort of thing I do when I'm sick. Because I just play a really long game. I will forget those bullets if I want to. You can't stop me. Can't. Yeah, no. You can't stop me. Coward. That was the first Final Fantasy game I finished. It's literally the first one in its first release, because it's just the version I happened to play. Does Blue Dragon count as a Final Fantasy? I mean, it'd probably count more as a Dragon Quest, really, wouldn't it? Because I finished Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is a game that I have somehow spent 70 hours playing according to my 360 file timer, and I remember nothing about it. I don't know how that's possible, but I remember nothing about that game. Please excuse me cracking my knuckles. No. What's my RNG like? That's also still pretty bad. Ah. One day I'll get a clock that isn't crap. How dare you talk shit about Japanese games? This is the chat room full of massive weeaboos. Hey, people keep asking me about this, actually. I would say people keep asking me about it. It's come up a couple times, more like. Let's not be dramatic here. People, they'd be asking me, when's the next Weeb Hell Trash Zone stream? And the answer to that question is, I don't know. I have games in mind, but I don't know when. Because the last time that I put it to a sort of really half-assed vote in my sub-chat, it was between Tokimeki Memorial 2, which I did end up doing, and 428 Shibuya Scramble, which I haven't done yet, so I guess Shibuya Scramble is up next in line. If not that, then Tokimeki Memorial Girls side, I guess. What music do I listen to? I don't know. Like, whatever happens to cross my way, I suppose. I don't really actively seek out music to listen to, is the thing with that. What number of viewers does Twitch lose meaningful conversation? I don't know. Couple hundred? God fucking damn you. Menuing is impossible. No one has menued correctly ever in the history of video games. Also, thank you, FF Rules. I'm glad you liked the GTQ run. Some games that only have menuing, and no one does it correctly. It's always wrong. No, that's early, you fuck up. That doesn't matter at all, I don't know why I'm complaining. It bothers me slightly. Oh yeah, Parasite Eve is a game I want to play at some point, although that's not Weeb Hell Trash, it's just Parasite Eve in it. Like, I own Parasite Eve, just haven't played it. So you pick up the map and you don't see the map, but you can still not see the map that you don't have. It is important to glitches to not be able to see the map that you don't have. That feel when the bad RNG, no. Nah. I don't think Konami's interested in making a HD anything of Silent Hill anymore. Especially not after the HD collection. I get the feeling Silent Hill 4 they also trashed the source code for. Because they trashed the source code of basically everything. Fuck. Oh my god. James, please. I have the same opinion. I don't like Silent Hill 4 that much. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but it's hella not my favorite. That's only one move. You don't gotta, like, hold it. Picking up that ammo, because you need it. You have ×3. No, you don't. What? Why is the guy who's, like, 14 on the leaderboard trying to tell me how to do the run? Don't fucking backseat. I verify your runs, dude. You need 35 shots. You start with 10. Unless you want to, like, fuck around for a bunch and waste time, you need all 3 boxes. Wee. It's up on the stairs. Yeah, that's 3 boxes. You need 35. Is my man playing with bullet adjust over here or something? You start with 10. 10 are already in the gun. You need an extra 3 because then you have 40 total. Hey, Ferris. I hope that's the correct number of shots. Yes. So it's 40. Yeah, but you need at least 40, because you need 35 shots. Yeah, you need to pick up 40. You can't pick up half a box of ammo. You need all of it. You also need the remaining bullets later. You probably don't, but like, it's nice to have, I guess. What's this math here, dude? Are you just like... Actually, I'm not even going to question it. I don't care. You do get 10 bullets from the elevator, but still, you need 35. You need at least 35, and you can't pick up... you can only pick up them in increments of 10. There's only... I don't know if there even is, like, more handgun ammo in the apartments. I think that's all you can get. If there's more boxes, I don't know about them. There's more? Are they in, like, optional rooms or whatever? How many do you need on hard mode? I have never ran hard, nor have I ever watched a hard mode run. About 6... Fuck me, dude. That sounds like it takes ages. That's 6... That's 60... Why is it 60 to 70? Next to the fire escape. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
find the lady you're looking for? What's her name? Mary?
It's just the title. Actually, I don't think either of us are first place. I mean, I think Igdisis has a run that's better than mine. Oh, you have it. Oh, you have it. Yeah, that's true. You do have it in hard. Although hard is. How many runs does hard have? Isn't it? I think it's 2. 3. Who's the third? How did I not hear about this? Oh, by you? Alas, no. I've never ran hard mode. Give me that health kit. I want the health. You Techie. Ah, Droogie. Of course. I know about Techie. Undisputed The Simpsons Wrestling That's a... Now, that's a game. That's a game, that is. Now, that is the flavor. Let's talk about Aaron, dude. Aaron has like a lot of world records in Silent Hill series, and then he's also got runs of shit like The Sims Busting Out for PS2 and Simpsons Wrestling, which are all games that I've like. I think we come from like very similar sort of like gaming backgrounds, as it were, because I've played all that shit too. Also, I got hit by a nurse because fuck me. You run The Sims. Okay, Bustin' Out has a fucking story mode. On console, The Sims Bustin' Out has a fucking story mode. Also, what's the code, chat? What is the code? 3489. Yeah, okay, so The Sims Bustin' Out has a storyline, which follows you in your intrepid desire to bust out. As one tends to wish to do, you know? So you gotta get promoted to the top of your career. And that's kind of the extent of the goal, I guess. But the way you do this is by touching a bug zapper constantly and working out a whole lot. But then you work out at the fucking library, because you gotta get book swole too. It's a bunch of shit. Game's fucking stupid. What's the second code? 4789. Hell yeah. Where do you work out? Dude, I like The Sims Bustin' Out. Like, unironically. I think that game's good. Whoa, dude. I can't see where I'm fucking going. No. No. I fucked up the entry. Yeah, you zap yourself because it gives you energy without, like, having you actually do a whole lot of anything. Nah, this fucking sucks. This is trash luck. I'm about to spend my health kit already, dude. Sometimes you get bad RNG, because you're playing normal mode, and regular enemies can fuck you over. Also, Emgo, thank you very much for gifting a sub. I got distracted by the video game. And that's going for us. Affiliate is a nice thing to have. You begin the long journey, or not, like, it depends on what you really want from this whole thing. Still, you can get money sometimes now. Don't like it. Please don't.
I disagree.
I'll take the hit. Emgo, gifting a sub again. To Feros. Ah, he didn't die. Bad game. Stop that. Well, this is a bad fight. Yeah, I disagree from. It's from Pokemon, actually. This is not a good lineup. Well, that sucked. But, I mean, I still saved time, I guess, so whatever. You ordered a copy of The Sims Bustin' Out. I own 2 copies of The Sims Bustin' Out. I own the Game Boy Advance version of The Sims Bustin' Out. And the console version of The Sims Bustin' Out, because they are completely different games. Game Boy Bustin' Out, I think, is, like, really good. Like, unironically, like, really good. It has a sequel, The Herbs, and I have 2 copies of that game, too, because I also have it. Okay, so, like, you may not know this about me, but now you do. I'm very enthusiastic about console Sims games. Like, I really enjoy those games. I think the Herbs console is a hell of a lot weaker than the GBA game. So the GBA game is a wacky adventure game, whereas the console version is kind of a weird grind where you can throw disco balls at people, but that's kind of fun in its own way. Like, you can throw disco balls at people. Hey, Onazuka. When is a Sims Bustin' Out stream? I could. The thing is that, like, there's a lot of grinding involved in The Sims Bustin' Out, like, either version of it, really. So it can very frequently be a bit, like, pacing comes to a halt. I don't think it's a perfect game. Plywood, thank you very much for the host. Oh, turn your light off. I should have gotten punished for that, not gonna lie. Do it with cheats. Emulator speed up is a thing that makes it go a lot quicker, must be said. Don't fuck me, don't fuck me, don't fuck me. Did not get fucked. I don't know if it'd make a great stream, but I do enjoy those games. They are fun. Thank you very much, Onazuka. You were running Rugrats! We are back to Rugrats! Yes! Now we're talking! See, these are the bullshit dumbass games from my childhood. That's the shit I played when I was a young and fucking person. Was like the Sims console ass games and fucking Rugrats for the PS1 when I was like really young. Even though Rugrats for the PS1 is objectively bad, but it's really funny. Game controls like shit. But you have infinite acceleration when you jump diagonally, so what the fuck? Like, jump diagonally down the stairs and you accelerate to light speed. It's like, just, okay. Motherfucker's got like an Olympic-ass athlete jump. Ah, it's so wacky. Nah, I don't need something tracking my total runtime. Hey, I golded. I also can't skip cutscenes, apparently. You could deal with the Sims grind. Okay, but here's the thing, right? Busting Out is long. Like, quite long. So is the Herbs. It's a long game. The run is really long. There is a run of the Herbs GBA. It's out there. It's on speedrun.com. It's like, what, is it like either a 2 or a 3 hour run or something? Which seems quite short. But, Tokimeki Memorial 2, the dating sim that we beat, that run, single playthrough, is like 50 minutes. Like, maybe an hour? At most? Like, the Herbs is long as shit. It is not a game that I can dip into, like, casually every so often when I feel like it, because playthroughs of that game take days. it's not a short game. Like, I imagine you can make decent headway in a day. It's not like the longest game ever or anything. Like, it's like a short RPG. Skip, you fucker. Like, longer than your average GBA platformer. Like, I'll hit you with that. Like, your average GBA platformer is like, what? A few hours, max? Fucking the Herbs is like the length of a short RPG. So like, I don't know, 10 to 15 hours or some shit, depends on how much you want to play it. Nah, dude, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is good. So you have invoked the other thing that I'm actually really, like, into, which is Harry Potter licensed games, specifically ones of the first 2 movies. Because I am fascinated by the fact there are 5 different versions of those 2 fucking movies in their licensed games for different platforms, and they're all different games, and they're all kinda good. Like, the PC version's totally different from the Game Boy Color version, totally different from the PS1 version, totally different from the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox version. And they're all kinda good. It's like, why are there so many of these games, and why are they all good? Like, none of them are fantastic, but they're all, like, good games. They're fun enough. Like, some of they have unique ideas and structure and really, like, suit the universe of Harry Potter quite well. It's about as good as you could have hoped for. They're still the best games using the license. The Harry Potter games in general, like, as a licensed entity, get really fucking weird. Like, the Game Boy Color games are turn-based JRPGs. With, like your standard spells and your chocolate frogs and your wizard cards and shit. Where's my shirt? Oh, the Kingdom Hearts shirt, that's what I'm wearing. Thank you very much. But then, the PC game is a third-person action-adventure game with, like, sort of mouse shooting. It's like, okay. But then, you reach Goblet of Fire, and then they decided, let's make a 3-player card-collecting isometric brawler. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I play it, and I'm like, weird flex, but okay. Like, that game ain't great. That game ain't great. That game is barely even good, but there's nothing else really like it. Like, you could applaud the fact, I applaud the fact at least, that the Goblet of Fire is really weird. It's a very, like, that is a game that really tried to do something different. Like, they didn't want to make just another licensed game. They tried a game that I've never seen anything like, really, and have not seen anything like since. I wouldn't say Goblet of Fire is good, but I would say it's interesting. It's infinitely more interesting to play than, like, what the Harry Potter games became on the latter generation consoles, where they just became sort of bland third-person shooters, and it's like, oh, okay. The action-adventure, kind of, like, almost Zelda-y sort of format is what, like, the older Harry Potter games had. They were kind of Zelda-like in a lot of ways. Like, the PS1 version, the PS1 and PS2 versions, at least, were very Zelda-esque. Like, that sort of format suits Harry Potter really well, as it turns out. But then so did a JRPG, apparently. It's just fascinating to me that series has so many fucking games. For 2 movies. I don't know how many of you guys actually know this as well, but, like, the PC versions of the Harry Potter games have, like, an incredibly active speedrun community. Like, they're very well-liked and very well-played games in speedrunning. They're very popular in, like, the Scandinavian regions for whatever reason. So, whereas meanwhile, the PS1 version of Harry Potter 1, at least, is one of the best-selling PS1 games in the fucking country. Like, in the UK, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is one of the best-selling fucking games on the system. So a shit ton of people has played it. Your library has Fortnite. Like, the game? Or, like... I mean... It's not really much of a battle station, is it? Imagine playing Fortnite on a public computer. I mean, you gotta get them V-Bucks somehow, I guess. Get the fuck out of the way. Later, dude. Have a good night. Oh yeah, the GBA version of Sorcerer's Stone. That's like a top-down adventure game. That's also a totally different game. That's the one I haven't played. I haven't played the GBA version. I don't know if that one's good. I'll assume it's good, because everything else is good. Seems well liked enough. It reviewed decently. Licensed games are a mixed bag, and I do submit that they very, very rarely ever rise above the level of okay. I have the Quidditch World Cup game. It's not very good. I'm not a fan of Quidditch World Cup. It's very repetitive and dreary and... meh. Nice aesthetic, though, but... You gotta like the fact that some teams had, like, special team attack moves that just fucking instantly scored, like, 3 points. And some teams just didn't have a way to compensate for that. Oh, shit. It's like, some teams just have specials that are flatly better than others. And it's like, okay. So this is not the balanced system that we were looking for. Not that it really matters, because the AI in that game is so, like, unchallenging that you can win by, like, not really doing anything. Quidditch World Cup is not a very good video game. I never played the GBA versions of these games. I wouldn't know about the GBA versions. They're the versions I don't really know a lot about. We must reload our guns. It's very important that you do this or you get fucked later! Perfect. Well, if you got the Game Boy Color versions, you could just get a JRPG, like just an actual JRPG. Because the Game Boy Color versions are just explicitly JRPGs. Oh, see, there you go. See, if you... Man says it. Yeah, see, if you have been saying GBA. If you got the GBC version, that's the one I've played. Although I don't think I finished it. See, the Game Boy Color is actually... That's when you throw Dobby. You throw a gnome, you don't throw Dobby. Like, they look similar, but they're not the same thing. Like, gnomes are bad, and therefore you're allowed to completely mistreat them by flinging them, whereas... You know, Dobby is a house elf, so... that would be mean. He tries his best, you know. Use the door. I think every version of Chamber of Secrets has gnome flinging. I don't know why that was the one minigame they all agreed on, but all of them have gnome flinging. Like, both the PS1 versions and PS2 versions have it, and I know this for a fact because, surprise, I own both of them. Is that thing in the book? I don't think so. I think gnomes being annoying is mentioned in the books, but I don't think there's a specific part where someone fucking flings one like 10 feet across a yard. Yeah, it might not be in the GBA version. That's the one I can't confirm because I have not played it. James, what the fuck? Can't see, can't see. This is... Jeez. Despicable. Camera took a shit and I got owned for it. That fucking feel. That doesn't even have anything to do with like the fact I'm playing on normal mode, but I'm gonna blame it on normal mode anyway. Fuck normal mode. No relation, but fuck normal mode. Blame Kevin. Why would I blame Kevin? Only dorks blame Kevin. Wow. With every shot, my dude. I mean, it worked eventually, as soon as the game actually felt like hitting. Fuck Kevin. Yeah, but all Kevin does is keep the dorks out. Same with an art. My PB doesn't have Blind Arsonist in it. I could check the body and be totally fine. But I'm gonna go for Blind Arsonist anyway because I hate my life. I don't know. Like, I don't think Aaron's Run... Does Aaron's Run have Blind Arsonist in it? I don't think it does. There's not. Yeah, I don't think he went for it. He didn't do that when he was, like, grinding his time up. Lamau! Fucking Lamau! Time to kill the run to being an asshole elsewhere. I can't wait to lose 50 years to the out of bounds. That'll be fucking grand. I will get camera, or just die to the final bosses. That's an option. Yeah, it's time for you. You got to fight bosses in this fucking category. Isn't that a dream come true? I missed any percent already. My feet hurt and I want to go home. Hey, Nanachi. Thank you very much. I'm proud of that 3640. That dog ending run is fucking good. Like, I am perfectly content to let that shit float. I have pooped in the punch bowl and it will now sit. There we got the minute. Goodbye. The only acceptable translation is die properly. Yeah, this run does not end until it is over, funnily enough. Help, I'm off center. like, I can still die. Check out the peep. Presumptuous, but okay, see you later. I don't really understand how I saved 3 seconds on that, but sure. Sharp exhale. Everyone shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, everyone. Ecdysis, thank you for the gift. To Cheesewad. I don't know why that didn't make a noise. Thinking about that Recky Brecky. Right, man's gotta go... Or I could just get fucked anyway. I was like, okay, every time I've gone right, I've gotten fucked, so I should go left this time. I go left and I still get blocked. Okay then, you don't win. Ah. Thanks, game. I don't like it when the game ignores my turn input. Light bulbs in a can. Only the most nutritious of substances, you know? How much time does your OB save? Like, a fair bit. Like, about 20 seconds-ish, give or take. That's too far out. No, it isn't. I lied. I'm surprised by that. Please excuse me while I walk over here. Yeah, it's 20-ish. Like, depends on how well you do it, obviously. That's why it varies. Why does Catherine suck as a speedrun? It's really static up until like the last 20 minutes, and then it becomes RNG fuckboy hell. And it's the kind of game where like dying because the game randomly out costs you literally 2.5 minutes. It's like, okay then, that sucks giant dick. It stems from a problem with Catherine's sort of inherent game design, with just dying is extremely punishing in that game. And you can die for no real reason in the back 2 stages of the game, and it's like, well then. Yes, get stuck on nothing. That's my favorite thing to do. Pussying out. That's why we take those, because fuck this game. This hasn't been like the greatest hotel in the world for me either. I think I'm losing, yeah, I'm losing time on the movement here, just because. I don't care for those guys either, by the way. Yeah, that sucks. Game. Fuck me, dude. This position's really awkward. That's why it's really awkward. Holy fuck. Bad menu. Pretty good boss fight, though. My final split is really good, so I don't know how close I'm going to get here, but
Mary?
this is looking like I have a good position here.
James.
Final boss can totally fuck me,
brought
though.
you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look. I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers.
Is it on pace? What is the record? Actually, shut the fuck up, don't tell me. Swing. Nah, that hit was kind of whack. Not feeling it at all. That one was good. Maybe it can be a 4-hit? Yes! My dudes! Yoi! World record? Really? What was the world record? By 11 seconds. What? Are you certain? That doesn't sound right. Oh.